Hey everybody, hey, I want to jump on and I want to paint the insert, the Snow Lodge insert for the truck, the breadboard, and the garden gate. So I'm going to turn you down, we're going to get started. I'm going to show you everything I use when I paint these projects. So let's get started. Oops, I got to go the wrong way. And I got to flip you. Okay, let me go down a little bit. Hopefully that didn't shake you. So this is the project I'm going to be painting today. And these are my paint colors that I'm going to be using. So I am going to put these off to the side. And now I'm going to show you what you need. I use paint sponges. And I use paintbrushes, but 9 times out of 10, actually 9.5 times out of 10, I use my sponges for painting. And I buy these at Target. I buy the 96 bag online. I don't think you can buy them in the store. So we need those. Need a few paper plates. And I need all of my paints. I have those. I need a sanding sponge or a piece of sandpaper. Then I need, I've already put the, I need a, hang on one second, I'm gonna get you into my page. I need a board, and I've already put the masking tape on this, and this is to put your smaller pieces on, so when you're painting them, you know, they won't come off. Okay, so the first thing I always do is I get all my pieces, and it's like, okay, what am I going to paint white? Okay, I know this is going to be white. This you don't have to paint because this is a spacer that goes between the trees and the snow here. So we're just going to put this off to the side for now. So I'm going to paint the snow white, the roof white, this window white, the rental white, and I think that's about it, and this window white too. So now these guys, I'm going to just kind of set off to the side again. And then I'm going to take my sanding sponge. Anytime you do like a color that will bleed through, and white is definitely one of those colors, you want to get a little bit of the smoke off of it. Otherwise it will bleed through. Bleed through. So see how much difference that looks? Hopefully you can see it. This has not been sanded, and this has been sanded. So I just kind of hold it down a little bit. And you want to be very careful if you do words, because sometimes your words, I don't have any words with this one, but say if I was going to be sanding these, I would really just like put my finger here and sand this. Then bring it over and sand a little bit more, because these little pieces in between here are very, very fragile. So we got those two. Now this is called etching here. I usually never do engraving. I always just do a score, and I just do a double line score. So let me get a tissue. Sometimes I just blow it out too in here. That, now we're doing the roof. Okay. Got the roof. Now we're doing the snow on the bottom. Okay, we're done with the sanding now. So, just kind of get all of that off of there. Okay, so now my white pieces, I'm going to bring my board back up. And I'm going to put all of my white pieces together on this board, okay? You don't want them touching, but they can be pretty close. So that's my white pieces. Now hit the slope. This is a blue, and this is this crystal blue. We're going to put all of these together, and I am going to put them where they're all in an even line, because we have a little bit of ombre that's going to go here too, okay? And then that's a green. Actually we'll put the green down here because we have a tree. This is the darker green. This is the lighter green. That's the lighter green. And this is red. And the windowsill is red. And actually, I'm gonna kind of sand this too, because when you have like smaller pieces where it's etched in it, or scored actually, it does kind of like burn it a little bit more. So I'm gonna get a little bit of that. And this is gonna be a light blue too. So this is gonna be that crystal blue there. So. Okay, now I'm going to put this on my other board. So, because we have quite a bit of blue. So that's going to be the blue. Then the Snow Lodge. Here, let me move these over here, because this is red. And these lettering on the lodge is all, is just a red. So let's get that all on there. This is the blue. Don't need to do anything for that. The door is a black, so we're going to put that one there. Then the house is a brown. That's a milk chocolate. And then these trees, you don't need to really paint this one. We're going to do this whole thing in the dark green, okay? And that is, actually I'm going to move these guys over here, because that green and that green are the same. These are Hauser dark green. So I always start with the white, because white always has to have two coats, always. So you can buy your whites, your colors, you know, at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, Walmart, anywhere. I like the DecoArt. I like their paint. But I always put my paint, because I do so many, you know, paintings, that I put them in bigger jars. And I buy these so I have the colorants for you. Now, when you paint, you don't need much. Like this is just going to be the white that's right here. So put that there. And I always take my scissors and I cut my my foam in half. Now, as I always say, if you put it up there and it's got a glisten to it, you got way too much paint on there. So you'll want to just kind of daub it on there. Don't want to get super duper crazy with it. Just a nice even flow on there. Now, when you come over to this where the edging is, make sure you don't have a lot of paint on there. In fact, if you just want to kind of do on the other item, you know, that's going to be white, that's fine, because you don't want to get a lot of lines in this, because it's like a really little score line. So I always start it somewhere else and then go back over and finish it. Okay? Okay, let me move this one a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to get on before the game starts today. I don't know if it's a Vikings playing, but I kind of think it's a Green Bay that's going to be playing today. Okay, so now, okay, so we're going to leave that. That's all white. Now, I have a paint in there still, but I'm going to set that right on top of the paint because I don't want that side to dry out. So I always set it in the paint. So now I'm going to do the door. And, you know, I could use my black paint, But I do believe I have another black over here. Let me get it. Find it. Yeah, these are paint pens that I buy at Walmart. And okay, let me get this shaken. I mean, this is like the only thing that's on this is black. So I'm not going to use the black. I'm going to use my pen. And I always use the big one, the big tipped. So just put a nice coat on there. Okay, one thing with these pens, don't ever push down on your project. Always go over to the side and push down, because sometimes the paint will ooze out and then you'll have a big old glob of paint there. So, okay, so we got that painted. And these are the paint. They're just called painters, and I get them at Walmart. And this is like the best red ever. So, okay, I don't think that'll need 2 coats. Let me get that in there. And then the Hit the Slopes, that is going to be a light blue, but we're also going to, let me get my blue out. Okay, there's the blue. That is the crystal blue here. And then I'm going to get the darker blue out, and that's the deep midnight blue. Always got to give it a little shake. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit, I mean, just a speck, because this is more or less like just the outlines of it. So we're going to hit this with the light blue first, okay? And I always, if I'm going to ombre, I always make sure it stays moist, because when I go to put this blue on, I just want it to be, I don't want it to be super dark on here. In fact, sometimes I would go up here and then just kind of go across the top. And then if you have to, you can kind of like do a sweeping motion. There we go. Let's see what I'm doing here. Yep. Sometimes you can even kind of like rub it with your hands, but you always want it to keep it moist. And then at the very end, when I'm all the way down at the very end, then I will kind of like do the top again, just to get that a little bit darker on the top. Hopefully you can see that. Very good. Okay, so we're done with that, and I'm going to keep this because we might use that later. So now we're going to go down to the darker green, and that is the Hauser dark green. Okay, I give it a little bit of shake, and actually I'm going to use a new one of these, and trust me, I use tons of these plates over and over and over again. So no sense in, just throwing one away. So, okay, now we're going to cut our sponge again. And then I always put it in there, and then I just kind of like go over to the side. And then we just kind of sponge it around. And this might need 2 coats too. Now where the house is, you really don't need to do that because the house is going to sit on here. You just kind of want to do the trees and then go into the house a little bit. And then I'm going to go on all the way on the bottom edge of this. Can you see that? No, you can't. I think I got to push this up further. Okay, got 1 second. Remove my paints. There. Can you see that now? Yep. So I'm going to go all the way across the bottom because that's a part that shows when it goes down into the breadboard and the truck. There's the breadboard, there's the truck, and the garden gate. The garden gate's new, and that is super cute. And that one you get free this month in the January do-it-yourself kits. There's a Valentine's one, and then there's a Winter Wonderland, and this goes with the Winter Wonderland series. So, okay. So So, got that. And then I always just kind of go over it lightly to smooth any of those lines. Okay, now we're going to let this set. We're going to move this over to the edge. Let me get these down here. Actually, I'm going to put another coat of white on it while I got it here, because this dries super fast. Might have to bring my board up just a little, or my camera up just a little bit. Let me bring it up just a little bit to see. Oh, hopefully. Maybe you can come over here and see better. There. Okay. Now remember, we have the score lines through here. So we don't want to... Actually, I'm going to put it this way so you can see. Don't have a lot of room right here. But, in fact, I'm going to kind of pounce it a little bit off to the side. And then I'm going to pounce very, very softly. And... so it gets covered better. And then the bottom one, the snowdrift, you can just color that regular, and I do need a little bit more white on my palette here. Somebody was asking me the other day about, well, they were asking in one of my groups that I'm in about the bottles, the honey bottles. If they're easy to clean, they are really easy to clean. The ends just, you just kind of, whoopsie, what is that on there? Something on there. I should have probably taken my skewer and pulled it off. Actually, it's one of my cat hairs, Miss Kitty's hair. So, but yeah, see, like this is pretty easy, and this just kind of like rubs off here, and then you could just throw it away. So yeah, they're very easy to clean. So, okay, so we got all of that. Now we're gonna go over here. Where did we put that other board? There it is. Okay, this is all red up here. So I'm gonna get this out. We're gonna get our red. These letters are all red. And these are skis. That's the bottom of the window frame, and then the lettering that says Ski Lodge, and that's going to have a little bit of white on it after we get it dry. Now, if it starts flopping like this, because see, this is like bent right here, I just kind of hold it sometimes, and then it doesn't flop so much. It doesn't hurt if it flops, but it's just kind of annoying sound. But, okay. And I'll post this on, it'll be a do-it-yourself kit, or it'll be a finished kit on the website. It'll probably be tomorrow, I got some more stuff to cut out for orders right now. Okay, so that's red. And then this is light green here. And where's that at? Here's the light green. Going to cut another sponge in half. And you know, after these sponges get used quite a bit, I just keep cutting them down. In fact, I got like a box or a container here that, see, like this is all dried up. You can just cut that right off, and you can use like that side of it. You don't want to use that side, but you can use that side. So yeah, you just keep cutting them. Don't throw them away until there's nothing left of them. So, okay, so now this tree that sits on top of the darker trees, that's going to be a lighter green. And let's get that. It does go pretty fast. If you haven't seen the Garden Gate, oh my gosh, it's super cute. Now this score line here, I don't have to worry about that because that is going to be covered up. If I was getting a lot of paint in there, then I'd go through with my score, whatever this thing's called, and just kind of clean it out. There, I just kind of clean it out. But this doesn't get, this gets covered up with that white snowdrift. So you don't even have to worry about that. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our light blue. And this is going to be light blue, and this is going to be brown. So I need another one. Okay, so now this is going to be covered up. This is your score line, so you can see where these go. You know, your the ski lodge goes. That's just for placement. But now this is not, because you will want this to be seen. So when you start, I always kind of like start somewhere else where I can put it on heavy, and then I kind of do it softly on your score marks that are going to be seen. Okay, you know what I mean? Hope I'm explaining that. Because then I kind of tap softly. But here, over here, you can really pounce. You know, in fact, you can get it glistening a little bit because you're not going to see that. But, oh, see, I just got some in there. I kind of did bad there. But that's okay. We'll get it cleaned up. And this is the same way. You'll want to do very soft on there. And it's like, what is in that? Something's in there. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so now I'm just going to keep going on here. Then I'll pounce softly here. Okay, so now over here, see how I got some in here? So I'm going to take, actually I got to get my glasses on. I'm going to kind of take this and clean it out a little bit because I got paint in the line. And I get these at the Dollar Tree. They're like a 2-pack. So you want to clean that out of the line. There. Better. There. Okay, so now we're just going to leave, I think I'll put just a little bit on there again. I want to get that kind of covered a little bit better. There. Okay, that's going to have one more coat too. So then on the brown, I'm just going to set everything on here. These are just your placement marks on here. And I have no idea what happened there. I even looked at the file and it's not on there. This is the only brown that we need. So I'm just going to put some on there and then just kind of shove it around there. Might have to use a little bit more. And this is the milk chocolate brown. Okay. Okay. Yeah, instead of pouncing when you have a bigger surface that you don't have any like score lines on this, you can just kind of like smear it on there. So, because all of these are going to go on there. See, that's where your placement line is for that. Okay, so that's your brown. We'll just set that right there. I know I need another coat on here. And this is the light green. Hit that real fast. And I think while it's wet, I am going to put some little brush strokes in it to kind of, looks like, let me get my paint. This is a fan brush here. Hopefully you can see that. That's my fan brush. Where's my white? Then I'm just going to kind of like do a few little, I just put just the tips in it, just a little bit. Then kind of get as much as you can off of there, okay? And then just kind of like whisk it through there. So you see it, but you don't see it. It's kind of like a little bit of snow falling through the forest. But actually, this is at the ski lodge. Yeah, you don't want it to be like super. And you can kind of do your edges a little bit more too. Just kind of like touch the edges a little bit. Then it looks like snow has landed on the tree. Okay. Okay, there. Okay, where's the other one? Let's get the other. Want to go to the way the tree is. Yeah, you don't want to go straight down. You just want to kind of, like, these branches go this way and these branches go this way. So you just want to kind of. Okay. And while I'm here, I am going to get one of my daughters. Where's that at? Okay, while I got my white here on this, I'm going to put just polka dots on here. And again, I got this at the Dollar Tree. This might come in a 2-pack too, but gosh, I haven't seen them lately. I wish I could find more, because yeah, I kind of need some more of these for my paint classes. Okay, so there we got our dots there. Then, where's my blue? We're going to put dots on the blue one. I'm going to clean this brush because I don't think I need it anymore. Put a little bit more highlight on the branches there. Okay. Okay, put that in the water. Gonna move this and grab this, because all of this gets, actually I'm gonna add another coat to this. That doesn't, okay, let's get this all coated. Sometimes if you get rough spots in there, you might want to take your sander and just kind of go lightly over it. Okay. Okay, there's that. I'm going to leave that there just for a second. Turn my... Keep this on it real fast, and we'll get my other brown out. That's the milk chocolate brown. Got two things going here at one time. I just wanted to get this dry so we could get the polka dots on it too. Okay. Okay. Okay, there's that brown. That is done. Red is done. I don't think that needs another coat. Okay, so then we're going to put our white polka dots on here. You can just randomly put them anywhere. Okay. Okay, let's put one right in the middle there, because I know there's, that probably looks good, eh? Okay. Clean that off. Okay, and I am going to dry that just a tiny bit, because when we start gluing it, I don't want the white to come off. And while we got this board too, we're going to put snow across the top of here too. But I'm going to use my finger dauber for that. So, okay. So, got that. Now these are my finger daubers. Let's get rid of these. Okay, so the finger daubers just kind of like go on your fingers here, and then I kind of put it, well, actually I am going to re-put these on here because I want them all to match up. SK, I gotta get that in there. If you do them all in one, you know, one straight shot, then, I mean, it really doesn't matter how it's spelled. But if you do it all in one straight shot, then you can get your tops, whoops, like even, you know, where you're going to put them across there. Okay, whoops. That E sure is big, but that one goes like on the end, so it kind of has to go down. So, take your finger dauber, dip it in your paint, okay? And then just kind of go around. You don't want a super lot on here, and then just kind of hit your top. So it's going to look like snow is on your top. Actually, I got to get a little bit more. I took too much off of there. Right when you start it, kind of not very good. Doesn't get a lot on there. You kind of want to pounce it because it looks like the snow has settled on the top of the lettering. Oops. Boy, I might have to get rid of this board. It's so loose. So, okay, so there we have that. Then you want to take your skis because they've been outside for a little bit, and you want to kind of go around your skis because the snow is kind of gotten on your skis. And then this is the bottom of the window frame. So we want to do just a little bit on there. Got a little bit of snow there. And this is going to be dark blue around the edges. The house we don't. The trees, we're going to put a little bit more highlight on the trees because they kind of had a big snowstorm, kind of like down south. We don't have very much snow here in South Dakota. I thought we'd get about 3 inches last night, but I know we didn't get that. Okay, so we got the snow, it's all on the tree limbs now. Okay, and that one we are going to, and this, on where it says hit the slopes, we're going to kind of go around the edge, just really soft. Let's see if you can see. And you don't want to go all in one way. You want to kind of go this way, you want to kind of go that way. So you don't want it to be like uniformed, you know. See, and this thing is like bone dry. See how much red is on there? Red is like your worst color. It always bleeds. So you just want to kind of like an edge around it, because that goes on there. So this one we are going to use the, and I can probably use this if I get a lot of this out of here, but we are going to use the burnt umber on the brown or the roof, and this is super thick. Okay, so we got the, okay, I don't think I need any more of the white. Oh yeah, we do. We need a little bit more on this, on the door frame up here, because it kind of had a big snowstorm. So we want a little bit of snow up there. So now I'm going to try to get as much as I can, because no sense in, you know, doing another dauber. So I put a lot of paint on there, and then I'm just going to make sure I smoosh it around in there, and then, you know, go ahead and try to get as much as you can off of there. Then I'm going to take my roof, and just kind of, because this roof has just seen its better days, and it's kind of like getting a little old, you know, so it just needs a little bit of brown, and that just kind of highlights it too. So we're just going to kind of put a few little splotches here and there on the window frames. And then this is up in the attic because it's an A-frame. It's kind of like the A-pine. I'm trying to think of what town that is in Minnesota. So, okay, so I think I got everything painted. These are all painted. We got the white on here. Oh, we need to do the dark on there. So, now instead of using another dauber on like this here, because this is going to be the dark blue, I'm going to take this off as much as I can get off of there. In fact, I might even just do like the edge. So then just kind of like go around the edge, super soft. Just want to put a little bit of just a little bit of a blue around the edge. Okay, here you go. Whoopsie, don't really like that, but I'm gonna grab a baby wipe real fast. And since that got so uniform there, I'm just going to kind of take my baby wipe and kind of wipe it off while it's still moist. See how that, you know, just kind of take it down a little bit more. Yeah, I didn't like how it was so uniform there, so. I don't know what this is called, but it just looks nice, you know? Okay, so that's, yeah, this has a lot of blue on it still, but okay, I think that's done. Okay, now we're gonna give everything kind of like a once over with, because we're really done painting now. Gonna do everything a once over with a dryer and make sure everything's dry, and then we're gonna glue it all together. This is like a super heater. Definitely don't need that up there anymore. Okay. Get all these. Okay, I think the only one I'm gonna do is that rental. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of that on, the brown on there too. Okay. Let's see what we got here. On the hot cocoa sign, I'm gonna just kind of do a little bit of shading on the. Okay. Oh, I'm not looking forward to next week's temperatures. Supposed to be in the deep freeze. But that's why we have warm houses. So, okay. So now if you want to wash this, you can wash this again. But I'm just going to set it in my water because I'm done with that. So I'm going to take my pieces off. I'm going to put them here. And get rid of these sticky boards. And then we're going to start gluing together. So, and like I said, everything dries pretty darn fast. Okay. So we got the window frame. Now, if you had big wording, don't take it off the way I'm taking it off. You would have to take it off, like, very carefully. Sometimes I'll even split the tape and take it off that way. So, okay, so this is our house, and we know that goes there. Let me get my glue. Where'd I put my glue? Always stick a pin in it, but I always have to get rid of the tip because, like I said before, I need to get some stainless steel pins because, yeah, I don't know, it rust in there. So on this here, let's see, we need that. I'm going to put those over there. Okay, that goes down there. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you the placements first, okay? Let's see, this goes here. That tree goes there. Then, you see how there's like an indent here? Make sure your trees don't go down in there because this slot is for the slot in the, like the breadboard or the truck or the garden gates. So we're gonna glue the house on first. Okay, get the glue on. Okay, get my trees out of the way. Okay, I always give it like a good little smush. Then make sure it's up there. Make sure it's not showing. Okay. There it go. There it go. There. Okay. Then we're going to hook these trees on. And you'll see by your placement which side goes where. Because, whoopsie. Oops, I gotta find my brush. Where's my brush? Where's my brush? Where'd my brush go? Brush went, isn't that crazy? I have a brush in here that's just for cleaning. Well, get a new one for now. See, I got a goober right there, so you just take it off and kind of put it over there. Okay, so this placements go here. On this tree goes on this side. Because, see, your snow goes like one way there. Okay, smush that down. Then we'll throw the other tree on. Put that in the slots there. Give it a smush. I always kind of pick it up sometimes to make sure that everything is in its right place. And then that's when you can kind of go with your brush and clean up any glue marks that you have. Anything that's squished out there. So, okay, now we're going to... Actually, before I do that, I'm going to put the skis in there. Because this goes on top of the ski part. So put a little bit of glue. Remember, it doesn't need a lot of glue. And like I said, if you get a lot of glue on the edge, just take your paintbrush, kind of get it clean. Because all of these paints that you usually buy are a flat paint. And you're going to have to spray this anyway, because if you ever wanted to wash it, it wouldn't be washable, plain and simple. So now I'm going to put the spacer on. And remember, this did not need to get painted. So this is going to go right up here. Make sure... Ah, shoot. Well, that was kind of comical. Make sure... So actually, you got to put the spacer in there first, then put the skis in there. So we'll try that again. Good thing it wasn't super glue I was using. So, okay. But anyway, if you get glue on here, don't worry about it, because you're going to spray this anyway with like a semi-gloss. I use semi-gloss. I never use flat, because I don't know, I just like it to shine a little bit. And flat, I just don't think you can wash it very well. Okay, so got that. And see how there's edges down here? That's the part that hooks into the I forgot the names, the breadboards and the garden gates. Okay, here's a window. And that's why you have your placements on here, so you can see. See, I got way too much, way too much glue on there. But just use a paintbrush, and because this paint dries really, or this glue does. This is the glue that I really enjoy using. Okay, there's a window seal. Okay, now we got the door. And the door goes inside down here. Kind of like right in there. And boy, I really got paint. Sometimes if you get a little bit too much, you can get your paintbrush wet. But just get most of the water off of it, okay? Because then that'll get it cleaner. Okay, then this part here says Snow Valley. And that goes there. Then you have the bedroom windows up here. And you know, what you can do is put some glue on the table if you have like little pieces or like little wording, and just kind of dab this piece in there so you won't have like big globs everywhere, and then set it down in your place. So now we can put the roof on. Okay, it's all coming together. Okay, and I always lift it up, make sure I got my placements right. You don't want anything hanging over. You see I got some paint hanging out there. You don't want big goobers. Remember, this dries perfectly clear. And that's it for the house. Now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna do our letterings. You can do it one or two ways. You can kind of do like dots around here, since these are big lettered. And okay, so we got ski. Remember, you got your snow up at the top. S-K I-L. I'm just throwing them on here right now, and then I'll go back and make sure that they're all kind of straight and that you're not seeing the score lines on there. I just kind of give them a little press, and then I just kind of look at them and make sure that the score lines are not showing anywhere. See, that little score line's showing there. Whoops, I better put a little bit more there. Sometimes if they come off, it's like the glue has soaked in enough. Okay, so there's that one. Now we're going to put this on the bottom. Okay, and that goes right down here at the bottom edge. Okay, now we're going to do hit the slopes, and we'll just do a little bit of glue around there, and that's hit. Oops, I think I got too much glue on here in these, so I'm just going to set it over here, put it on the thing, the paper, and get a little bit of the glue off. And okay, slopes. I'm going to do the same thing there, and then put that there. Give it a little smush. Make sure all my letters are nice and square, and we are done. Now I'm going to show you what they look like. Oops, let me wipe that glue off and that glue off. Okay, let me get my on the breadboard. These all stand up. They have the backing on them, and this goes in here. Okay, scooch that over a little bit. I just have a bow on it, and then that goes in there. And then for like the hit the slope, what I did was I just buy some, you know, glue dots, and I think this one's open already. But like these glue dots, I'll take a glue dot or a glue. Let's see if I can get it off this way. These things are so sticky, so I just, whoopsie, my letter's coming off the front. Wasn't glued enough. I gotta put more on. If it comes off, make sure you put more glue on there because it's already soaked in. Oh, I don't want to do that. Gosh darn it. Okay, there's a glue dot. Oh, those things are nasty. So, but then I'll put this up here on the edge. So, there's one like that. And then, I don't know if I can, let me kind of experiment with my camera here. And let me take it out of the holder. Whoopsie. You can't turn your phone. That's what it said. Okay, so let me go this way. Let me get my, I don't know how to get that out of there. Okay, so there it is on the breadboard. Let me move this over a little bit. Let me unplug it, and I can hold it better. Okay, so there it is on the breadboard, okay? So let me take it off of the breadboard. And then to get this out of the back, you just have a hole back here and you pop it out. You don't want to do it too hard because everything is wet still. Okay, so now the same thing with the garden gate is, sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy. Okay, so the garden gate is the same way. You put it in there, and then this goes up at there, and then this sticky thing you can put right there. There, and there's the garden gate. And then there's a truck that it fits in too. So, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. So, you guys have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.